Hi, I'm Dave Williams. I'm a mining engineer, and I'm here tonight with Melvin and Gloria Crow. Melvin was the operator and one of the owners of KSNF Coal Company, which was located on the Sherman Mountain, and the mining occurred back in the 60s. He mined on the Buck Mountain with his slope, and then he rock tunneled into the Little Buck. What do you remember of your coal mine from back in those days?
What did I remember about what?
About your coal mine, your mining days, and your partners.
I don't know what to tell you. I enjoyed mining.
Was the coal good coal that you were mining? Was it hard, or was it more shelly?
It was backbreaking. That would give me.
Well, the work was backbreaking, I guess.
Yeah.
Who bought the coal?
Who bought the coal? Was it Markson?
Markson Coal Company,
Yeah.
which later.
And what were the ones up in the mountains? Carl.
Higgins Mining.
Higgins Mining, yeah.
I see.
Higgins Mining bought a lot. That's oh, I don't know what to tell you.
I understand you're 98 years old. Did you start mining as a youth?
No, I only had actually 27 years in the mines.
27.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how young you were when you started?
Oh, in my 20s, I guess.
In your 20s, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Good, good. You had quite a few partners then at the coal mine?
I had 4 on the gold mine up there. Yeah.
Right, right. And Charlie Klinger was one of your partners?
No.
No, just a worker.
Irvin Schwartz, Claire
Fessler.
Fessler, and
That's
Leroy Steele.
Leroy Steele, I see.
They had one share between them. They were the truckers. They hold the coal away, but they wanted to have a share in the mine.
I see.
They helped a lot of the outside mine work, you know.
Well, we're going to show videos that were taken. Did you take the videos that we're going to see?
Yeah,
And they were taken in the early 1960s?
yeah.
And we're going to look at 4 segments of those videos that were taken, and we're going to narrate and try to explain what's on each segment. So, be prepared. How much coal did your slope buggy hold?
A ton.
A ton. It was a 1-tonner. And it looks like you had a wooden frame tipple there. Is that a truck that you used for the hoist?
Is that your hoisting truck?
It looked like a truck that was used, probably the rear axle. The buggy had a door on the upper end of it so that when it went up the tipple, that it automatically
Yeah,
jumped.
it was held shut by the front of the hoist part there.
The
That would
cable.
go away with it.
And who's that on the picture?
That's Claire Fessler, one of the partners. He was a trucker. He was an outside man.
I see.
Here we had to put a screen into it, and we had a rock picker here the coal fell through the screen, but the rock picker would take off to the side.
To the side. And who was your rock picker?
That's him there, Herman Bluff.
Herman Block.
Yeah. That's him.
And that's the
That's the
rock.
rock.
Did Herman Block also drive the truck?
Yeah, it holds that, had a place to dump that.
And who's,
That's also Herman Bluff, I'm pretty sure. You see, we had a lot of rock in the coal, we had a screen off.
must have been divider in the Buck Mountain vein then, huh?
The rock was in the big vein, we mined both veins, but the bottom vein didn't have much rock, but the top vein had about a foot,
About a foot. And how thick was the top vein of the Buck?
about 8 foot.
And the bottom vein, how
The
thick was
bottom was
that?
about 6.
I'm not sure what that is coming in there.
I don't know what that is. That was something else.
I think that's the last one.
I guess that was a rock truck.
The rock truck. That's an inside picture. It looked like you had a drag or a slusher, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, that was the slusher. That
Did
was
you,
the bucket that would pull the coal out and load it into a buggy.
and there's a,
We had a ramp at the other end.
and there's the pulley. You had to put a pulley all the way in to attach the cable to.
There's a loading the slusher. That's at the face.
Did you use the slusher to drive gangway?
The slusher was used to drag all the coal in to get it to the mine, to the buggy.
I see.
Who was that? Was that George?
I'm not sure.
Looks like nice coal.
There was a lot of rock in that one. Most of this was taken in the big vein.
There's your
That's the slusher. That double drum. One would take the buggy back, the slusher back, and the other would put it back down and dump it.
Who's operating the slusher?
I think it's Ivan Swinehart. There he's dumping it right into the buggy.
And you build a wooden ramp so you could go up the
Yeah.
ramp.
Wooden ramp, with the buggy would fit in under and then went right into the buggy.
Did somebody push the gangway buggy then out to the slope? And then they hooked it up. Oh, here we're loading the car here now.
Yeah, right in.
And the wooden ramp is on the
Yeah,
right
ramp.
hand side.
Dump the coal right into the buggy.
Is that Frank?
I think that was Frank Schwartz, pushing the buggy.
The buggy that you loaded, then you use that buggy to hook to the cable to hoist that up the slope then?
How was that?
The same buggy that you're loading there, you change the cable there to haul that exact same buggy up the slope?
Yeah, we just had a pin to put in,
Mm-hmm.
switch the bogies. We had about 4 or 5 bogies.
And you had a turnout with the rail there for the other cars so you could interchange them then? That looked like a frog there. I believe you had an extra turnout for your cars.
Can't tell who that is.
I don't recognize him.
Who's those two guys? They look like...
That's George Carl.
Yeah, he was about 6'6". We needed him for the big vein.
Mm.
He's the only one that could put cat pieces on the cross.
Because he was so tall.
That's him there,
And who is that?
really. We used electric,
Who is that?
huh?
Who is that?
George Carl.
George Carl.
Yeah,
And he's drilling holes for a blast, I would imagine.
yeah. You should sort of see the rock in there, right above there.
Right above his hand there, yeah.
Yeah. This was in the big vein.
I believe here we're going to be setting a single prop. And it looks like a big cat piece he's using to put along the top of it.
Where he came in handy. That's Charlie Klinger.
Charlie Klinger's hammering. Mhm.
Yeah. There you can see how thick the vein was.
Wow.
A good top, real good top. We never had any top fall.
I see.
They're getting ready to blast. Dirt bags.
Dirt bags.
Yeah.
Mhm. You just use cold dirt to pack them?
How's that?
Do you just use coal dirt to pack them?
Yeah. Yeah, that from the drilling. Use the cold dirt.
He's loading the detonator now in the
That's a
dynamite stick.
detonator, yeah.
Do you remember how many sticks you put in a hole?
Did we what?
How many sticks did you put in the hole?
About 8.
8 sticks.
You had a tandem real good.
Mm.
The dirt bags had to be real tight.
Right. He's cutting up, open the dynamite there to put the detonator in it, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty tall.
Wow.
There's a lot of coal there, but there's a lot of rock in it. That's a shaver. We use that too, but that wasn't very, that spring is what supplied the shocking core.
Okay.
What will break, we had to replace that often.
And
It worked nice when it worked, you know.
Uh-huh. And what did you use it for?
You could, we used that to drive the gangways more or less. Go right to the face. Yeah, the other end you had to shovel it over.
Okay. So you mucked the coal from the face cuts at the gangway.
Yeah.
Got it.
But overnight they get a little bit rusty. You had every time to get them going in the morning. When you had them going, then it went good, but it wasn't the best way to mine. That slusher was better. That's the slusher. See, I had a cable at both ends, the back end and the front end.
Okay.
And then it went to a double drum. That was full.
Wow, you really filled them up.
Yeah, it didn't always get full, but most of the time it did.
Who's pushing there?
That was Franklin Swartz.
Most likely Frank Swartz.
Got it.
He didn't do any mining, it was more or less just for the coal boogie.
Looks like you had the gangway driven on a little bit of pitch so that they could push it out easier downhill.
Yeah.
Did you have a little bit of a turnout at the bottom of the slope?
At the bottom of the slope we had, like, we called it a frog. And then we put a double track in. And the boogie came down, it went through the frog and went up the one side, and the loaded ones came down the other side and through the frog, and then they joined there, the same track.
I see.
You needed that frog to divide the track.
Did you only have 2 cars down in the mine, or was there more than 2?
We had about 4, maybe half a dozen.
And who did the artwork there?
The artwork,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
It looks like everything was single prop in there. All you had to do was put a single prop in for everything.
It's already there.
Irby Schwartz.
Yeah, that was her reason. That's that shaver.
Okay.
That we only used